Hi everybody, we're back again, and last video we went through the initial analysis, did a couple of follow-up prompts to produce this board memorandum. Uh, Initially it produced a bunch of bullets, and then I asked it to write more of a narrative so that we could get a bit more detail in paragraph form. And again, you can continue in the custom prompting here, just communicating what comes to mind for you, or you can use these hard-coded prompts, which will produce an output uh, tied to the title of these. But what I want to do next is actually these are one-click prompts. So the idea here is that when you launch into this, you can do an initial analysis and it'll give you good summary information that you might be curious about, and you can continue prompting or use those hard coding prompts in line. This one's designed to be essentially a devil's advocate. So it's going to go through this document or the documents you upload, summarize the kind of primary perspectives, um, summarize the claims it's making, and then go into detail on each of those claims, and then give you at least one perspective or differing perspective that you might want to think about when it's talking about this kind of programming in their organization. And then it'll start diving into more questions, and then any research it's citing from behind the scenes, it'll put into a bibliography for you so you can click into it. Again, you can always add a follow-on prompt here to if you wanted to go deeper on this idea. For example, if you just copy and paste it, put it in here, just hit enter. You don't even have to type anything. It'll dive deeper into that question and give you some more context based on the research and what it knows about this organization. And again, if you want it in a different format, more than questions, more than just simple statements, all you have to do is ask it to go deeper and explain more thoroughly what it's saying on anything in here. And you can even say, rewrite this with more detail and more narrative. Or you can ask it to summarize this information in a table, and it'll put everything it just listed in a table for you. And this is something you can copy and paste. We are in the process of making it easier to download so that you can just download it straight from here. But as you can tell, this is sort of endlessly customizable in what you're doing. I'm just going to click into the next button here, the bias analysis. It essentially functions very similar to the additional perspective, but what it does is go sort of category by category and what might be bias. So framing and problem definition, data methodology, language, narrative, geography. Um, and this is again where we want feedback. Tell us what you're seeing, what you're liking, what you're not liking, what it's missing. And I would encourage you to go deeper. So if you want to go deeper on age and generational bias, you can just copy and paste this, and then once it's done, you'll have a chance to put this into the chat bot and ask it to share more detail on this. So share more detail on this and put it into a discussion guide for my team. So it's going to take a look at that information or the point we copied, and then it's going to go deeper on this age and generational bias. And then it's going to, again, since we asked it to make it a bit of a discussion guide, it's going to have some statements, some perspective on what creates it, and then discussion questions. And then I'm going to stop there, and in the next video, we're going to dive into next steps, which is one of my favorite parts of Complēre, and it's a bit buried in the process, but that's intentional so that you get through some of these first steps of kind of getting your head around what the information is, how to look at it, and then you can see the power of the ability to analyze this and see it as a complement to the knowledge you have and the work you're doing. Thank you, and keep playing around, have fun, give feedback. We'll see you in the next video.